Kapot lekker.
Kapot lekker. Assalamu alaikum. I wanna get
Okay. Episode 3. Welcome back to a new episode of
Keeping up with the shakes.
Keeping Up with the Shakes.
Bad man out and stunting. Action ready for the thumping.
Guys, we are so happy to be back on stage for you guys.
Just for you.
We have obviously a next episode ready. The rest of the story. This story is taking too long. You know that this is already too many episodes. People are like, yalla, wrap it up, speed it up, come on. Where did we leave off? Whoever is new, welcome. Marhaba, I'm Sisi.
I'm Iffy.
And we are here sharing our love story with you guys. We have a couple of episodes filmed already. You can find those right here. Check them out so that you kind of get an idea what we are actually talking about. This video is gonna specifically be about how we introduced our parents
To the idea of us getting married or wanting to get married.
Interracial marriage. How to get it done. We left off at the moment where I dropped it at home. I told my mom, Ma, there's a guy. And I want to get married. And obviously she was not having it because of the way I dropped it.
Yeah, terrible idea.
Short amount of time, quickly, 24-hour layover. For those who didn't know, I was cabin crew and I told her on a layover, so that was really wrong. So lesson number 1, when you want to drop the news, guys, drop it in a very decent way. Take your time, sit your parents down, know that, you know, you gotta prepare it. Like,
show them you're serious.
yes, yeah.
Show them that you're considerate. Exactly.
So, as I said in the previous episode, because things really the message didn't get received that well, I just told them that I am not talking to him anymore and we are done.
But clearly that wasn't the case.
That wasn't the case, because otherwise we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
So what I did do was, I was just like, you know what? Let me just move back home. Be back home again. Be with my family. Let them experience me. Let them enjoy.
Having you back.
Let me enjoy being back. I mean, I missed my parents. I missed my siblings. I missed being at home.
Exactly.
So I was like, I just need to get back into a normal situation before we can introduce a new
situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Back to normal, get it stabilized, normal, stable, and then we can introduce a new chapter again instead of going from Abu Dhabi, New York.
Husband. Yeah.
Resta, chill. So that's what I did. Moved back in May. I kept on talking with Iffy. I just started slowly dropping, you know, little words here and there at home. Do you remember that guy that I told you about? Yeah. I still sometimes, you know, we just kind of send messages to each other and nothing serious, we just speak because I do have, we communicate. And I did have that open relationship and communication with my family, so alhamdulillah, I was able to say these things. But the fact that they knew that you were in New York, well, at least my mom, it was not something that she was like, this is serious. She was like, this is gonna die down. This is gonna die down because it's too far.
Yeah, how can this actually work from that far away, right?
Exactly. So this is where I was like, this is good. Keep thinking that, because this way I can keep talking to you about him.
Yeah.
And kind of normalize it. I was like, if I normalize it, that they get so used to me talking to you that they will be like, yeah, well, there's gonna be eventually a point where they're gonna have to accept that this is
Oh,
what it is.
they're gonna basically end up saying, okay, so you guys are still talking, telling me more about this person.
Yeah, like, who's this guy? Tell us more about it.
Yeah, I remember you actually FaceTiming, like, you're in the kitchen, your mom, if your siblings are there.
I was just trying to like have like, you know, like, okay, this is a friend and we're getting to know each other, and
Yeah, and it was safe that way.
it was safe that way.
Alhamdulillah, because it was like we had this distance, and there was no pressure of even her family feeling like, okay, you know, we don't want this, or we don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically that's how we did it, and then I think around October I decided to drop the bomb.
Another one.
Another one. And have it introduced to my dad, so that, which is the real deal, you know, guys. So the thing is that whoever is gonna go through this, or whoever is going through this, just know that yes, sometimes it's difficult to convince your parents, if you're from a certain culture, that you want to marry somebody outside the culture. Especially if it's something that's not really normal to do in your culture, you know? And also know that it's gonna take time and it's gonna take patience, but it all depends on how much do you really want it.
Yeah.
And also, is this really meant to be for you, yes or no? Because reality is that me and Iffy both, we did do the Salat al-Istikhara before we decided to
even tell our parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. For by the way, we forgot to mention, for non-Muslim followers, so when we were saying the istikhara is a prayer that we do, and it's something that we do as a means of guidance. You know, whenever we want something in life, it could be related to marriage for us.
Yeah.
It could be jobs, school.
Like big decisions. When you are like, you have no idea. Should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I, like, God,
like when you went to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. Even when I got the job to do as a guy. Now, I don't know if that's like the right thing. I still did it. But because I didn't know if I was to take the job or not, but I just still, you're supposed to do it for the right things, okay? So guys, use it for the right things. Not, should I go on this holiday? Yes or no? Let me do istikhara.
Yeah.
That's not what you do it for, okay?
It's important decisions.
Important decisions that are life-changing.
Correct.
Okay, life-changing. So you should do this prayer for. So
that's what we did. We did that prayer, and that's how we ended up giving us this sense of comfort.
Yeah,
that
exactly. And then it's not like you're gonna wake up every day and you're like, and sign? No, not yet. Okay, next. You know, you just do the prayer and you just let it go. Exactly. Eventually, you know, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, and things are just gonna go exactly the way they are supposed to go.
Yeah, and then for us, basically, after doing the prayer and time going by, it didn't bring us apart.
No.
We still stayed close.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't feel like I need to ditch this guy. So, no. I never blocked you. I never had any emotions of. So.
I'm surprised you didn't ghost me.
I know. I didn't ghost. You know, all of these things. Yani, alhamdulillah, thank God.
Alhamdulillah.
We're still here.
We wanted to confirm that this was actually something that that Allah wanted for us.
Exactly.
Right?
Before we decide to tell our parents, and we were like, if our parents are really being very difficult about it for a very long time, then maybe it's not for us.
Yeah.
But as long as they didn't have an honest chance to meet each other, we were still gonna try to
keep this going.
Keep this going until we at least can initiate a meeting between the two families.
So we did the prayer. We both still had a good feeling afterwards. In the weeks, months afterwards, obviously maintaining communication.
Yes.
And that got us to the point where your family started to see that, okay, this is something, this person, this potential person that wants to marry my daughter is still around.
Exactly.
Not like I ran away or I just vanished. Yeah.
No.
And this goes back to what she said about you have to both kind of be realistic and honest with yourselves if this is something that you want, you know.
And why do you want it? Like, is your intention pure?
Yeah.
Like, what is the reason that you really want to be with this person? Like, this is where it all starts. And this can be with somebody from the same culture, from another culture.
Absolutely.
It comes down to when two people want to get married, what is the real intention here that you are getting married? There's even people that want to decide to get married to somebody just because they're good on paper. He's from the same culture, same religion, he has the right job, he's perfect, he's a somebody. This is exactly the guy that I need to marry so that I can like be this perfect girl in front of everybody else. You're the one who's gonna have to live with that dude, okay? Just like the dudes, you are the one who's gonna live with this girl, okay? If this girl just wants to marry you because she wants to have an amazing wedding, what's gonna happen after that wedding? That wedding is one day, one night.
Yeah.
And then you have a lifetime, a whole marriage. Like, talk about these things. Dudes, talk to the girl. Yeah? What does she want? What does she really want?
We discussed a lot.
Oh, we discussed everything. Yeah. And even the girls, talk to the guy. What does he really want? You know, why does he really want to marry you? What is he? I'm just in love with you is not enough.
Yeah.
Sorry. Love is not enough. No.
Or saying it. Saying you
saying that you love somebody. But, you know, like, there's bigger things.
Yeah.
You gotta look into more things than just love. Because just, oh my God, I'm so in love, I have butterflies, let's get married. Yeah, discuss important things because you are planning to share a lifetime with each other.
Absolutely.
Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And you're also intermixing two families. You know, two families are coming together. So
exactly.
So even just having the two families come together, you have to take that into consideration and how that's going to be. Because when you marry somebody, you're not just marrying the spouse, you're actually marrying into the family.
Into the families,
you know?
Yeah, depending on the culture.
Yeah, so it's very big. For us, it's big to also be accepted by the families, to also be able to be around the families. And it was actually, for me, I don't speak the language of your parents, right?
This is true.
So there was, we had a lot of obstacles, as you would say.
We did conquer, yeah, we did have a couple of difficulties along the way, but
this was us being tested, you know.
We did.
We did our prayer, and we still made the effort, and we stuck it out. We had the patience, and this was us being tested to get to that point where we could actually have this meeting happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And how did your parents react to it?
So my parents were actually very easygoing. I think they were. Everybody was always curious about who I was gonna end up marrying, who this girl was gonna be. My brothers, my friends, my family, and they were just, I think, excited at the fact. Excited at the fact that I actually found the person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. So why was it everybody was waiting? Because they were like, I was already in my mid-30s. Yeah. And and then there was also, it's growing up in the States, it's very different. The communities here, because of how big the US is, it's so spread out. So what happens is these communities where you actually feel like you're going to be able to kind of mix and find somebody, it doesn't really happen that often, you know. Not only is it hard to kind of find somebody culturally that you're going to want to marry, it's also hard to actually, once you even find that, there's still another part of it where, am I actually going to get along with we have the same similarities. Yes. So it's not as easy because everything is not so closely populated. It's not so densely populated. Yeah, the density is not so... Whereas like in Holland, it's very different. Yeah, the density of Moroccans, for example, or just the density in general of Muslims altogether is high. Yeah. There's a big group. And then you have the Moroccans, you have the Turks, you have, all different kinds of Muslims, but we all kind of live, in an area. In a small area, so... You do bump into each other, and it's easy to, kind of mingle or be able to see somebody maybe. Just at school. I think in my class, 80% was Muslim. Yeah, for me, I think I was probably in each of my classes, I was maybe the only one in the class. Yeah,
So that's the difference.
Yeah.
It's like I was exposed because of where I was born and raised, Amsterdam. There's a big Moroccan community, a big Islamic community. So
for us, it's the only time you're kind of in that environment to be able to mingle and mix with Muslims is at the mosque, right?
Yeah.
But then even then, it's not just easy to find a
no, I
potential
mean it's
spouse,
like
right?
the men are with men and the women are with the women. Yeah.
So for us, it's really hard here in the US.
So you want to tell me that there's a lot more Muslim guys in the US that are looking for a girl because they can't find her.
Yeah, ladies.
So the thing is that I didn't know this about the US until I came here, and I've realized that myself.
The Moroccan community here is very small.
Very
small.
Very small. They were
so they were excited.
They were excited. They were happy.
Yeah, they were very happy. They just wanted to meet you.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
So eventually, what happened was I think about November is where you came to Holland.
Yeah.
And you got to meet my family for the first time. You came alone.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
Nervous, nervous in the sense where, because I just didn't know what the outcome was going to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was nervous in that sense, but for me, like, being sure of what I wanted, being sure that I wanted to be with you, being sure of myself, that was like I was at ease with that, because I knew who I was, I knew my values, I knew how I was my intention of how I wanted to treat you, and everything that I saw or wanted to be providing for you. So in that regard, I was totally content with meeting your family. I was just more nervous at the fact that how is this meeting gonna go, because there was a bit of a language barrier. There was also I'm the only guy by myself meeting the whole group of your family, So thank God everybody
from my family does speak English, except for my mom. So this was easy for you to communicate, thank God. But
it's not always the case.
It's not always the case. And obviously this can be a language barrier. I mean, which is still between him and my mom, for example. You guys, even though I don't know how they do it, but they still communicate for some reason.
Laugh and joke.
Well, I don't know. But sometimes I'm like, I leave the FaceTime on and then they're like on the face and I'm like, how do you guys even?
True story.
And I just say, I don't even, just laughing. So eventually, once that first meeting happened, I was just hoping for the meeting to actually happen.
Yeah.
And then when it did happen, I just knew that all they have to do is sit down with you, have a little conversation. And I just knew that because your vibe is just good, alhamdulillah, that they were gonna feel the same.
Yeah.
And I just felt like, okay, maybe this is just gonna have a happy ending,
Yeah.
Another thing that I do have to say is that when you came to meet my family, at this point I was 27. I was 26, I believe.
Yeah.
And I do think that if I was to be younger, like let's say 22 or 21,
it would have went totally different.
I think it would have went completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, the age, unfortunately, does play a role.
Exactly.
Because my parents are completely different towards her.
Yeah.
Marriage when you're 26, 27, 28.
As opposed to 19, 20, 21.
I mean, they're like, you gotta finish your school, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. So they have more reason to be super picky. But when you become a little bit older,
I think they kind of realize as well,
I was ready.
You're mature,
yes. I think they just want to see that you mature.
Exactly.
That's what you want to say.
Yeah, because it's very hard for a person to kind of say that they're in love with somebody and they want this right now, and they don't even know themselves yet.
Yeah. I think so too as well.
So I feel like, for you as well, they understood that you developed yourself to the woman that you are, all right? And that you knew what you wanted and you knew what was right for you.
And I could explain them that I was not only handling out of emotion,
yes,
but it was a wise decision, and it was also a decision made based on my prayer and the du'as where I've asked what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I kind of got it. So hello, Ma, this is what I was asking for. Yani, Ramadan prayers are hard. So hello. Basically, I think that does play a role because I was turning 27 and I think my parents were happy that she's getting married.
Yeah.
So eventually, even after that, things went really very quick.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth
and quick.
Yeah.
Like alhamdulillah. Also, we were like, we gotta wrap this up now. Okay.
Yeah, because we were not about this. Once we got the green light for the engagement, that was it. We decided, yeah, we want to try to get this done as soon as possible.
Exactly.
And not, we had a choice between kind of a long engagement, you know, or waiting, you know, basically waiting.
Yeah. We were thinking, should we do it in February? Should we do it in June, like more like when it's like hot weather and stuff?
But we decided like, let's not waste any time.
November was the meeting. February was the engagement. You know what we're gonna say, right?
Is it already that time?
Yes.
They're gonna hate you.
No, come on, guys. We love you, but you know we gotta keep it, Yani.
Oh, listen, we got more, and there's footage to follow.
Oh my God, yes, we have so much footage of the engagement.
Yeah.
I can finally show it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to actually show it here. So, guys, the next episode is gonna be about the engagement, full details, everything. Anyways, guys, we have came to an end of this episode. Maybe it was a short one, but it was more like advice for the people who are watching. If you are going through difficulties trying to marry somebody outside your own culture, have patience, make your istikhara, and talk to your parents, and try to find the good characteristic.
Be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Be honest with yourself. Be honest with the person that you're actually trying to get married to. Make sure you both are on the same page. Ask the important questions. You know, where do you both want to be in a certain amount of time? Where do you see yourself 5 years, 10 years? You guys have to mutually want it together and be on the same. Basically, yeah, be on the same page. You know.
Be on the same page. Yeah.
Be honest with yourself at the core. Make sure that the person, you're not lying to yourself in what you want, you know?
Yeah, because sometimes you lie to yourself to the point that you start believing in your own lies. Like, no, I really want this.
Yeah.
This is the best thing that ever happened to me. Is it?
Because a lot of people sometimes they want it as an excuse to just be able to get out of the house, right?
That's also true, girls. There's no rush to get out of the house. You're gonna be out of the house for the rest of your lives. You know? You
better make sure that it's with the right person.
It's with the right person. Exactly.
I think the best advice that we can give together, because we decided, we saw, you know, we watched videos about this, and the two most important things is the character of a person and the deen.
And the deen.
You know?
Yeah.
And even if a person they're not fully on their deen, seeing, I think, potential is big. You know?
Exactly.
The potential that they can get to there, you know, to that point.
How much is that person that you're talking to willing to invest in the religion?
Yeah.
To become
does he have love for his religion or her religion, and do they have the potential to get to that? Do you see the potential in that person that they can get there? You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is something that you can work together
absolutely
as a mutual goal to achieve, you know, because we are not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
We both need a push.
Exactly. And maybe you need each other, you know, to eventually reach that goal. And not just be judgmental towards the other person, like, oh, you don't pray, why don't you pray? Oh, you don't fast, why don't you fast? Oh, you don't.
Exactly.
You don't know what somebody's situation is, why they don't do certain things, or why they are on a certain level in their religion, or maybe they were started building, or Allahu A'lam, you know?
Exactly. And if you care about them, you're gonna want to see them, you're gonna want to help them to get to that point.
Absolutely true. This is very important.
advice, right?
Yeah, Yeris. Yeah. That was the last piece of advice that we wanted to give you guys. If you have any other questions, please drop them below. We forgot to do a question round.
Yeah.
So that we could answer those questions.
But we
can do it now. I mean, if you still have questions, please drop them below and we can answer them in the next video. We can start the video with those questions and then we continue our story into the engagement. Guys, thank you for watching. We appreciate your loyalty
and your comments.
All the people that subscribed. Oh my god, I love you. Like, we hit the 30K, Yeris.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Thanks to you guys.
If you haven't done it yet, we really appreciate your support. It means so much to us. I think we have a new goal now. We need to go to 50K. Don't you think? Yeah. I mean, there's like at least 50K people watching, so what, don't you think we should have like 50K?
It's just that easy for them to hit that button, right?
And even if it's not easy, because some people, they did take effort. They went, they made a Gmail account just to subscribe. To subscribe and to support us this way, you know? And we see that. We read everything, I swear to God.
We really appreciate it. And
we really, really appreciate it. Guys, so much love for you. Thank you so much for watching. And we hope, inshallah, to see you guys in our next video. Ma'as-salama.
Bad man out and stunting. Action ready for the thumping.